Big farm in his pocket, every take wire to a wire. Talking big on the timeline, but he been it for the paycheck. Sold out every headline, just to get the next check. You scream truth on the camera, then you build him on the back end. You pretend you're a leader, but you follow every brand trend. Matt Walsh stinks, say it loud, no mix. Takes money from everyone and flips and dips. Matt Walsh stinks, whole act, no risk. Big farmer in your hand, you a walking conflict. Matt Walsh stinks, oh, yeah. Matt Walsh stinks, oh. Johnny Kush on the mic, get the truth, no links. Yeah. You don't stand for the people, you just stand where the bag at. Change views like outfits, anything for the cash that. You point fingers at the weak, while you kiss up to the rich. That's not courage, that's a coward, that's a full-time switch. You ain't real, you a rerun, same rent, new spin. Heavy hot take prepaid, with a sponsor built in. I see through all the talking, all the fake outrage you sell. You're not fighting for freedom, you're just ringing the bell. Johnny Kush on the front line, calling out your tricks. Matt Walsh is a lie, man, our whole show's fixed. Matt Walsh stinks, let the crowd all sing. We don't buy what you sell, you can keep that spin. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Johnny Kush, Camaro with the chrome teeth. Engine growl deep, sounding like a beast feast. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Johnny Kush, Camaro with the chrome teeth. Engine growl deep, sounding like a beast feast. City streets my playground, I'm the king thief. Handsome bandit stealing hearts, no relief, leaf. Charming grin sharp, cutting through the cold air. Fast with lethal, leave them gasping, don't care. Ladies flock close, whispers like a prayer. Johnny Kush the name, got him caught in my snare. Johnny Kush, they scream my name. Cool Camaro, I'm riding flames. Ladies love me, it's all the same. Johnny Kush, I run this game. Shades on, eyes hidden, but they know me. Swagger too loud, dripping like a gold sea.
Let's party, bro.
Jokes fast, wit quick, never move slowly. Talk slick, got them hooked, I'm the trophy. Gassed up, turbo boost Camaro on the loose. Charming but ruthless, I'm the truth, no excuse. Ladies call me fire, I'm the one they seduce. Johnny Kush, handsome devil, let me introduce. Camaro roars, echoes through the alleys. Heartbreaker vibes, tearing up the valleys. Mirror checks my face, yeah, I'm the finale. Johnny Kush, legend born, no finale. Johnny Kush, they scream my name. Cool Camaro, I'm riding flames. Ladies love me, it's all the same. Johnny Kush, I run this game. Johnny Kush, Johnny Kush, Johnny Kush.
Hell yes. Better call an ambulance, because this motherfucker's going to kick off strong tonight, man. We got a great show coming for you tonight. The greatest show that you're going to know, baby. We got a good show coming. Very good. Good show. Might even be a great show. It's going to be dope, though, yo. Dope show, yo. Big news. We're partying tonight. I'm back from the clutches of death. I am back, and we will. We're going to dope it up, bros. This is a marijuana happy hour. It starts now. Roll 'em. We're live tonight from Las Vegas, Nevada, from the Kush Complex. Everybody, it is a very nice, brisk 47 degrees tonight in Las Vegas area. December 19th, waiting. for MI-31 to come through, waiting for the spaceship to attack us. I've been sitting outside all night looking into the sky, waiting for the spaceship to come get us. So my voice is kind of back. I've been to hell and back this week. I had some kind of flu, some kind of H1N1 motherfucker that took me down, man. I haven't had any solid food since Saturday night. I got done doing the show Friday. I felt great. I felt fine, like normal. Went out for a little bit, had a couple of drinks. Nothing weird. I got up. I felt just like super hungover. No big deal, you smoke a joint and have a little breakfast, and then next thing I know, I'm just been threw up for like 3 straight days. I don't know if it was in my fever, 102.7. My brain was melting down. I had to lay in a bathtub full of ice cubes. I mean, it's just been pure hell. Hydration, headaches, my eyes hurt. I mean, every bone in my body hurts. Not so much the last Monday. I struggled through a show on Marco's show. I mean, I struggled. It was tough. I ended up doing 3 hours with him on Monday, and then Tuesday I woke up after just throwing up nonstop and coughing and like not even being able to keep Gatorade down for a couple of straight days. It was awful. Tuesday I couldn't talk. Wednesday, last night I could not talk. I had to throw something up, so I threw an old episode up last night. And I loved. It was kind of cool being a audience member for once last night. It's like, oh yeah, I'll throw it on at 10:00, and I'll be able to sit at my coffee table and listen to my own show for once. Why it's being broadcast. I've never done that. I never, talked to people in the chat, and it was fun last night. And I was going to just throw another rerun up tonight through the whole weekend because I still do not feel good, but today is an important day. This show has been working for 16 years. I have been screaming for this. I have been praying for this. I have been lobbying for this. We have been working for this for so long. 55 years. They've been working on trying to reverse this idiotic decision by Richard Milhous Nixon in 1970 by scheduling marijuana as a Schedule I drug. As they say, it's addictive as heroin. As addictive as cocaine. As addictive to... So now it is a Schedule III drug. Non-addictive and has medical capabilities. So starting in April, you'll be able to get, if you're on Medicare or Medicaid, they are going to cover $500 worth of CBD product for you to take for pain, headaches, whatever. This comes from a man named Donnie T. Donnie Trump. Yeah, I know. I've been very critical of Donald Trump, and I said if he literally has the balls to reclassify marijuana as a Schedule III, he'll have my support from here on out. So I am now, when I get off the air tonight, I'm going to have to order my MAGA hat. I'm going to put a MAGA flag in my truck. I am going to get MAGA t-shirts, MAGA sleeper pajama bottoms. I am going full MAGA. Because he did today what Joe Biden said he was going to do day one in office. That's why I campaigned for Joe Biden. That's why I voted for Joe Biden. That's why I pushed for Joe Biden, is because he said on day one, I'm going to sign a thing to reclassify marijuana. But we know all along the Democrats pretend that they're the friends of marijuana, but have not done nothing but throw more of us in jail. See, Democrats go out and they say something, and they do something completely different. They say that they're for marijuana legalization, And then behind everybody's back, they take all this money and actually put more people in jail. More people get arrested for marijuana when Democrats are in office than Republicans. And it's weird, ain't it? You'd think it'd be the opposite. Because Democrats are they're losers. They're liars. They're money-grubbing scum that will turn on a dime. If they think a group of people will send them money, they'll be their friend. If they think a group of people will vote for them, they'll come in and they'll bring them into their city and ruin it like Minneapolis. Democrats are nothing but shitheads on the legalization of marijuana, partly because they take big pharma money. I mean, they are the drug guys. They love big pharma money. Look up all the people that gave, and look at all the Republican senators. It's the 22 of them that said, "We don't want this. Trump, don't do this. Trump, please, Trump, don't do it." Why? Because these guys are idiots. Not really. These guys have big alcohol, big pharma, big drug testing companies want to continually, charge companies millions of dollars to trust people for drugs. So, where does this leave us? It is the biggest day in marijuana prohibition to end that the federal government has ever done. Honestly, this is the biggest deal. This is a big deal. Donald Trump actually went against his political party and said, fuck it, let's do it. People are in pain, let's give them their medicine. I think Donald Trump might have been listening to me. I think he says, you know what, if me signing this bill makes Johnny Kush a fan of mine, I approve Donald Trump now, 1,000%. I don't care about the rest. I know the country's in hell and everything's going to hell, but you know what? If I can get high while everything's going to hell, I'm fine with it. This is going to see a major, like I've been screaming. I mean, for 16 years, I've got on this fucking show every night, 6,000 times, and said, can we reschedule this shit? Can we research it? Can we set up something where people are not getting sick from it? Where people aren't experiencing psychosis from too high THC levels? Can we not get some type of regulatory committee in and get this shit fixed? And everybody in the marijuana industry right now is like, we don't want the government involved. Well, I think I do. I want to know that my product is safe, and I want to know that you're being responsible. I think dabs and I think hitting dabs is really bad for you. Number one, after you hit a dab, you're not getting high like you used to ever again for the rest of your life. It's over. You can't force that much THC in your body. THC is not that good for your body in that amount of it. It's like alcohol, man. You know, you should have, for the teenage girls, people starting out, you should start with your little schnapps and wine coolers. And for us hardcore drinkers, by the end, we're drinking Southern Comfort 100 or 151 Bacardi. You know what I mean? Straight. Neat. Give me some 151 right out of the bottle. I want my whole insides to burn. Full legalization should happen. You know, it's 50% of the states now are legal. 70% of the states at least have some type of medical but some states with medical marijuana are jokes. Texas is a joke. Iowa is a joke. Nebraska actually passed medical marijuana this year, but the Republican dipshit farmers don't want marijuana in Nebraska, so they are doing everything they can, even though it's 80% of the citizens voted for it. They're doing everything they can not, because they said it's a Schedule I drug. So now what's their excuse? The guy from Kansas, this guy Ricketts, from the people that won the Chicago Cubs, the little step boy son, the little 5'1" bald guy that went on a couple of years ago and said, you know, if you make marijuana legal, your children are going to die. Marijuana kills children. Somebody from there asks, how many children have been killed, Mr. Ricketts? Plenty of them, he goes. One is too many. We're still looking for that dead child that smoked that marijuana. He signed the no, President Trump, please do not reschedule marijuana. He signed that. Dick Durbin, he signed it. Nah, please. So everybody, these senators from these states where marijuana is still I don't even understand why it's illegal. It's so ironic. We did a story years ago when Illinois became legal. You could grow up to 8 plants and harvest up to 5 pounds of marijuana legally, no problem. But if you literally drove 300 feet over an imaginary line and you grew the same amount of marijuana, Indiana's still putting people in prison for 15 to 20 years. Over an imaginary line in the same country. One person, 8 plants, 5 pounds, no problem. The other person is in prison for 20 years. Now, you can molest children in Indiana. You can murder children. You can murder people, and they'll only give you 8 to 12 years normally. But in Indiana, if you've got weed, you're going to do 20 years. Kentucky has some of the finest hills, some of the finest weed. They still will not legalize it. I don't understand. But this really is a big push forward for the whole industry. And this is the biggest moment in marijuana history. And what a surprise. What a surprise. On the night before the aliens come and get us, the night before the Epstein files are released, today my new friend, Donald Trump, did this.
Reschedule marijuana from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3 controlled substance with legitimate medical use.
Why is it not working?
Reschedule marijuana from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3 controlled substance with legitimate medical uses. We have people begging for me to do this. People that are in great pain. For decades, this action has been requested by American patients suffering from extreme pain, incurable diseases, aggressive cancers, seizure disorders, neurological problems, and more, including numerous veterans with service-related injuries and older Americans who live with chronic medical problems that severely degrade their quality of life. And it's so really, I mean, just, I can't tell you, I think I probably have received more phone calls on this, on doing what we're doing. I don't think I received any calls on the other side of it, but hopefully this reclassification, which by the way polls at 82%, will help many of those patients live a far better life.
My name is Detective Christopher Raven. I'm proud to introduce Mercy, a judicial system powered by artificial intelligence.
He thought he could stop everything. But then he killed his woman and his wife ended up dead. How are we going to stop it? That's it. 55 years we've waited for this day. You don't understand how big of a deal this is. And you're like, Johnny, well, it's not legal. It's not full legalization. Why are you jumping up and down? Because it's a start. The goal of the marijuana, here's the goal of the marijuana industry. They want it regulated. They want it safe. And they want it logical. All growers want people to smoke their marijuana and have a good time. They don't want them to get sick. They don't want the marijuana to give people cancer because of pesticides being used in these horrible indoor grows. The other thing that happens now, if you own a dispensary, say I own a dispensary out in California, every day I have to have an armored car service come to my place of work, take my money, cash, all cash, because we can't take credit cards, right? And then they have to take it to a vault, a privately owned vault, where the cash is. Piles and piles of cash. There is piles of cash, especially in California, billions of dollars in cash laying in heavily guarded safes all around California from the marijuana industry that can finally go into the bank. We can now, as a dispensary owner, you can now actually run a real business. Let this sink in. Before this rescheduling, if you own a dispensary, you could not take any tax deductions. You could not do any banking. You could not apply for any loans. You couldn't even get a car loan. Because according to them, you don't make any money. Now, you're still taxed on it, of course. But your life is a living hell being a dispensary owner. Just because of all the rules and regulations, and you can't even put your money in the bank. Not only that, if you work for a dispensary, a lot of the times you can't get loans because they can't give you a check. You literally have to get paid in cash. Let that sink in. So it looks like you can't get a home loan, you can't get loans, and now you're a legitimate employee working in the United States that can get a loan. You're finally legitimate. There is going to be almost of $500 billion trickling in during the fourth quarter to make Trump's presidency look like a huge economic success just because of this. Now, why? For 55 years was it like this? And they keep saying, oh, now we can do research. We need to do that. We already know the research because Israel's been testing marijuana for 70 years, believe it or not. They literally have a place to smoke marijuana in the basement of the hospital. You can literally rent a state-owned bong, believe it or not. The research is out there, folks. We've been screaming about it. We've been fighting for it. I remember when I moved to California and we were out going door to door, literally getting people to sign the petition to get on. This has been a lifelong fight of mine. And tonight, I'm celebrating. I wish I felt better. I wish I could actually smoke. But I got this bronchitis so bad. I'm only on edibles. I can only do edibles tonight. So, it's a bit of a, but tonight I'm very excited. And congratulations to everybody in the marijuana industry now that can actually live like a normal businessman. Who else benefits from this? Visa, MasterCard, American Express. All of these companies now will have their fingers on this multi-billion-dollar industry. See, you can't use a credit card in a dispensary anywhere in America. Ironic, isn't it? So now, not only do the people that are working at these places now are considered legit, number two, drug testing now is different. This brings a big thing into workplace drug testing. This could eliminate people not being able to get jobs because they smoke or use medical marijuana. Awesome. What it does, it boosts it literally takes our community, the marijuana community. It's legitimate now. People understand it's not what everybody made it out to be. But you know what? After all of this, after all the research, after all of the legalization, after a whole entire country, Canada, has proven to the world it's been nothing but a success story. We still got these motherfuckers like this screaming. Not only am I happy and I'm glad because most senior citizens now, let's face it, are on the edge of Gen X. You know, all the Nirvanas and the Soundgardens, and they were all pot smokers when they were kids, so they know all of this shit is bullshit. Thank you, Donald Trump. And when guys like this get on to say stuff like this, I don't know how anybody would reelect him, because they're just stupid, and you can tell that they've been bought and paid for.
Program. There are 6 online programs available for students, including a cannabis associate certificate and a cultivation specialist. For more information on the certificate, head to abc27.com.
So with it becoming more accepted and removed from Schedule 1, would we see more certifications and more courses that actually mean something? I'm not talking those scammy type of courses. I'm talking the real type of legit courses that can actually help folks get into the industry, make something of themselves, and better the community. And bettering the community is exactly what a lot of folks over in Texas think that this reclassification could do. Have a look.
But now it could soon be reclassified to Schedule 3, something local dispensary owner Zach Metz says is a good thing.
All that does is acknowledge the plant's medicinal value and also kind of allows the government more opportunities to know how to regulate the plant.
However, Congressman Pete Sessions says this is a dangerous move.
Any sheriff or police chief would say that it is one of the most dangerous, addictive products that we have.
Explaining that attempts to reclassify the drug have been made in the past, but were
and most
unsuccessful.
addictive drug we have.
We need more research on marijuana. Not Republicans and not Democrats.
I think everybody does.
Metz says their research is outdated.
That's why I think the research and the reclassification is going to do major benefits for the industry. It's going to allow these false claims of the plant
How
to
does this dickhead
dissipate.
Adding that the reclassification only loosens federal restrictions, meaning it won't really have an impact on them.
It's not legalizing cannabis at all on a recreational level and or, you know, interstate commerce or anything like that. But it is one step closer in the right direction.
And one step in the right direction is all we can ask for. No one said that we're going to wake up.
So yeah, I mean, we are still a million miles away, but we have moved the bus a couple inches farther. I mean, it's taken 20 years. 20 years since we started this movement. And, you know, it's been 16 years since I moved to California. And we got it. We got it legalized there. We got it legalized in most spots. And let's be honest, every time I see when the police put up a bus in all these states all across the country, like Kansas and Ohio, and they put up, the state troopers have found 8 pounds of marijuana in the back of a car. And everybody's like, yeah? So what? Wow. Way to keep, I don't know, a legal drug out of your state for no reason. I don't know, keep filling your prisons up full of people for no reason. You know, I've gotten to the point now where, you know, we all know that the whole thing's everything's a scam. The whole law enforcement thing is a scam. Of course they want to throw marijuana smokers in jail. We're the most normal, gentle people on the planet. The most non-violent, most non-confrontal people. Of course. Why not? It's easy to bust people smoking marijuana. You can smell it fucking a mile away if you don't smoke. Literally, a cop could just go out in the middle of the country and go, yeah, looks like old Randy Johnson's smoking weed. I can smell it over there. Go over there and throw him in jail. Oh, what you got there? Some plants? Well, you're going to put you away for a long time, boy. Put you in state prison. There are people right now currently being butt-fucked because they had marijuana. Or they sold marijuana. Or they grew marijuana. They literally have to get butt-fucked every night. Literally. Bent over a bed and a penis stuck right in their asshole. Butt-fucked. Every night because of that. But yet the guy that murdered his dad gets out in 12 years. But no, I got 18 more years of butt fucking ahead. Thanks. Fucking old whores. I've had it. But thank you, Donald Trump. Thank you. I mean, this is the most iconic day in the history of the marijuana movement.
Marijuana from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3 controlled substance with legitimate medical uses. We have people begging for me to do this. People that are in great pain. For decades, this action has been requested by American patients suffering from extreme pain, incurable diseases, aggressive cancers, seizure disorders, neurological problems, and more, including numerous veterans with service-related injuries and older Americans who live with chronic medical problems that severely degrade their quality of life. And it's
a big day, everybody. Pat yourself on the back if you've been a part of it, and just try not to cry today. It really is a big deal. And for Donald Trump to go against your own political party, to give us this, and to finally have some common sense with marijuana and stop this bullshit for money. I've been seeing this shit for the last Trump about a month ago says, I'm taking a look at it. I'm going to take a look at it. If somebody came over, and I believe it was Bill Maher. And if it's Bill Maher that's responsible for this, I will suck that man's dick. Anything Bill Maher wants, I will pull. You know what? When we come back, hopefully tomorrow, I don't know what I'm doing this weekend. I'm trying to get through this one, and it is tough. It hurts. My chest hurts. My voice is fried. Trying to get through it, though, because I'm addicted to this. And it's just been a very exciting day. And there's no way I could have took tonight off. This is the most exciting day ever. I don't even know. Everything that I've been seeing on the news, the local papers, is a barrage of bullshit. We got this new thing called scrambling. If you smoke marijuana, you're gonna be screaming in pain and vomiting nonstop for the rest of your life. Well, not really. There's been, in the last 20 years worldwide, 30,000 cases in 10 years, and that's out of 30 billion people or 3 billion people, or how many people are here. So it's a really low percentage. And what causes vomiting is if you want to hit a dab pen, if you want to hit a dab, you're going to hit really high THC levels of edibles or THC level weed. If you try to consume high THC on an empty stomach, there's a good chance you will throw up. I've smoked weed for a long time. And I've known if I'm going to be doing high THC anything, get some food in your stomach before, or else it's going to make you a little queasy. I've thrown up for marijuana 3 or 4 times in my life, I guess. But I always accounted for me being sick before that. Maybe it was the marijuana. Maybe it was. But they're making it out to be dangerous. And they're like, I'm seeing articles like marijuana may not be as dangerous. And you read an article and it's nothing. Proven facts. Ask people with epilepsy that take it and had seizure in 10 years that live in California. Ask the people at HIV that are alive that lived in California because they were supplementing that with their HIV treatments. Ask how many people have been cured of AIDS from marijuana. Ask how many men's penises have grown larger because they've smoked high amounts of marijuana. Positive case after positive case. So in the last 3 weeks, the alcohol industry, big pharma, and of course, everybody that does not want another industry to come in and suck their money away from them. It's killing pharmaceuticals. I do the math every night. If I smoke a joint, I go to sleep. The amount of marijuana I smoke is about $2.13. Okay. That's $2.13. Or if I take one of them sleeping pills that screwed Roseanne, those cost $12 a pill, Ambien. And if I just smoke a joint and pass out, I go to sleep and wake up. Maybe my ear fell asleep. That's one danger. Sometimes you sleep so good when you're high that your ear falls asleep, and you got about that 3.5 minute pain thing where the blood's rushing back into your ear. And you're like, you try to rub it, it's making it worse, that's it. You take an Ambien, you can get up and, start a turkey on fire in the middle of the night and walk up and down the street naked and not even know you're doing it. But that's okay. Pharmaceuticals are not good for you. Period. Street drugs work. Street drugs work. And, do you have to be on drugs to find shit like this funny? I don't think so. Everybody doing a little Christmas shopping today at the 7-Eleven? A little monkey. All right, I want to say something too. I mean, everybody's talking about Rob Reiner, Spinal Tap, Rob Reiner. I thought Rob Reiner, to me, maybe he was a dick behind the scenes, but I've never heard anybody say a bad word about the guy. Really, nobody. Great director, great guy. I mean, I'm really going to miss Rob Reiner. Even his dad. Man, his dad did some of the greatest shit ever. I'm telling you. Carl Reiner, come on. He might still be alive, maybe. I don't know. No, I think he died. I don't know. But Rob Reiner, the poor kids of his. On the bright side, I guess if there is a bright side, you want to be a prick about it. I guess on the bright side is they get $500 million to split between the three of them. And they don't have to give any to their fucking crazy brother who will never be out of jail again. You never know in California. Who knows? He might turn trans and they'll let him out. But what I want to talk about is him. And what I want to talk about is mental health. Mental health. Using the word mental health now has become a really good cliche on how to whitewash your shitty behavior. Whitewash, I'm crazy. No, you're not crazy. I'm on drugs. I need attention. Every time I go out, people want to talk to my dad because he's so famous. Well, guess what? Your dad went through the same thing with his father. And made a crazy movie called Spinal Tap that no one went to see. And now we all talk about it. This poor kid, he just didn't get it. He was crazy. Well, here's the problem. Here is the fucking problem. Okay? All of these rich parents, all of you people don't understand what drug addiction is. Am I even on? You don't understand it. You've never been addicted to drugs. You just know what you see on TV in these rehab centers. I've been to 3 of them. And I'm going to tell you right now, what a waste of time and money. This does nothing but make you want to do drugs again. And they want you to go out and do drugs again. Right? They get you all nice and clean. And let's be honest. If I didn't have to do anything for 90 days, I didn't have to go to work. I didn't have to talk to my friends. All I had to do is wake up and talk to a bunch of strangers once in a while. But there's no work. I don't have to work. Anybody could stop doing drugs if there's no problems. If you don't have to worry about paying your rent or your electric bill this month, you can work on yourself. But then as soon as they let you put you right back into where you're at, you still got the girlfriend that's a fucking cunt or the guy that's a prick. You still have outside information. Now you gotta go out, now you got the pressure of having to pay your bills every fucking month. After that kind of stress every day, you know what you want at the end of the day? A goddamn drink or a goddamn bump or whatever you were into. They don't understand how to treat. All they understand is to get repeat customers. Yeah, he was in rehab, they say 12 times. Well, here's the deal. He got caught when he's 15. All right, so you just remember when you're 15, out drinking and doing whatever. So 15 years old, his dad finds ecstasy in his room. Oh, no, ecstasy. 15-year-old kids doing ecstasy and having sex. You know what he did? He put him in rehab. So he goes to rehab, and you know what happens going to rehab? They tell you, well, you have mental illness. There's something wrong with you. That's why you do drugs. Well, no, I do drugs because I like to feel good. When I don't do drugs, I'm kind of bored. But when I smoke marijuana, I can sit and watch a YouTube video about a guy painting a car and watching it dry. I don't do drugs because I'm addicted or have these problems, but no, they brainwash you. They make you feel like you have more problems than you have. They shame you. To throw your kid into rehab at 15 because he's on drugs, that's the reason he killed you. Instead of sitting down and talking to him, no, you got to yell at him and punish him and be ashamed and make a big ordeal out of a 15-year-old kid getting high with his friends. You overreacted. Now this kid's away from home. They're traumatized. You can't have sex. Right? So you got to go out. You can't get laid. You can't get caught jerking off there. You got to fucking go in the bathroom and jerk off in the shower because that's the only place that don't have a camera on you. You can't call people. You got to sit there and sit around and talk to, listen to these people that literally get on, are so narcissistic. We got to care about their lives. Yeah, and then I had to relapse, and then the thing relapse. The word relapse, the scary word relapse. I relapsed. I just couldn't. I can't stop drinking. I can't even shut the fuck up. Back in the day, before people profited over addicts, your family go, hey, maybe switch to beer for a while. You're getting a little too crazy. And, you got to go in. We're going to... Anybody could be sober in a hospital. When I stayed in the hospital for 2 weeks, I didn't crave anything. I didn't want any drugs. I didn't even want to I didn't even care about smoking. If you put anybody away from their problems, yes, you can stop doing drugs. But the second you got to go back to that same situation you were in, you're going to be using again. And doing this to a kid, telling a kid at 15, you're done, no drugs, no alcohol, nothing. You will be sober the rest of your life. You're going to stay under my roof. And they're like, we had to kick him out of the house if he did drugs or if he had a drink. or if he did this or that, or so these rules. He's a 32-year-old man. He snapped. You know, you're going to a Conan O'Brien party, you take a couple of bumps. Of course, you got to take them in secrecy. You got to suck down some drinks in the bathroom. Hopefully, no one sees you drinking, because if you're sober, went through the program 18 times. Don't give that guy any drugs. Don't let that guy have any fun. He's got to walk around these parties. I'm going to walk around a party and see people drinking and doing drugs, and I'm just not going to do it. I'm just going to enjoy my sobriety because my father's paid for 18 rehab stints for no reason. Why not let him kill himself? Why are you so worried about him? You got to let him go. I know you're a father. I know I don't understand that bond. But treating your kids like criminals for getting high, which every kid does. You know, I went to school with kids. I remember I went to the school. What was the guy's name? Charlie. Yeah, Charlie was his name. Charlie, I won't say his last name, but I think we were 14, right? We went out and partied, you know, drank, and he had weed. We all had weed. We all had metal pipes, you know, and he left it in his fucking pocket and forgot about it. And his mom found it in the wash. All hell broke loose. This just for a kid with a metal pot pipe in his pants. Let's just sink in. This is an example of over dramatizing drugs, what it leads to. He had to immediately go. He had to go to a rehab facility because he was on drugs. They found a metal marijuana pipe in his pocket, with a half a bowl left, you know, where you with the thing on there, you know, the little brass pipe. He had to go to a 90-day treatment facility because of his addiction to marijuana. Now, the kid's been smoking marijuana for about, I think at that time, we were smoking weed for maybe about 2.5 weeks. When he came back to school after being gone for 3 months because he's a druggie, he was depressed. He wasn't the same guy anymore. He was fucked up in the head, man. They fucked that guy up. They scared him to a point where they thought just because he had a metal pipe in his pants, his 2.5 week marijuana run led him down that path of being depressed. And what happened to Charlie? Well, after his first rehab stint, and by the way, this guy was never going to be a drug addict. He was just one of the guys, man. We, drink a little bit, drink a few beers, and smoke a little weed on the weekends. Played basketball with the guy. Yeah, we were good buddies. I mean, he wasn't a bad guy. But his parents overreacted, much like Rob Reiner did to his son. Throw him into rehab after his 2-week half pot thing. And at 19 years old, he killed himself. And I'm going to tell you right now, before rehab and after rehab, there was 2 different guys. And I know right now Charlie would be hanging out in Vegas with me right now, enjoying his life like I am. But no, because of this strict regiment of parents throwing kids into rehab for no reason, overreacting because a kid has pot, or overreacting because a 15-year-old kid did a little ecstasy and had sex in your pool house. This is what happens to people like this, right? Now you have to hide the addiction. Once you have to hide getting high, it makes your life even worse. Because now you have to lie to every single person around you at all times. You have to make sure that you're acting straight, even though that you're fucked up. Thank God for vape pens for a lot of guys. That's all I got to say. You got to act straight. You got to, because you're sober now for the rest of your life. You're a problem. You cannot do drugs or have fun the rest of your life. So now you have to sneak it for the rest of your life. And when you have to sneak doing drugs, or if you tell your partner you stop drinking, and then you go down to get some coffee and end up, have a bottle of vodka down. When you have to hide your addiction, that's when your life goes south. These rehab facilities for children are stupid. Parents throwing their kids into jail or rehab facilities for getting high on weed is stupid. What you want to do is maybe help them out. And they're like, Johnny, what would you have done if you were Rob Reiner's father? What would you do for him? Well, number one, if I had $500 million, right, like Rob Reiner does, and I have this drug-addicted, crazy-ass son that just literally can't hold a job. He doesn't have any money. You keep holding this rehab and drug addiction over him, and how he's crazy, and how you're just a fuck up and you're a loser, and we had to put you in rehab at 15 because you're out of. And it's like, Dad, I wasn't under control. I just really wanted to get high and have sex with my girlfriend on ecstasy, but overreact. The groups and the treatment, it makes you depressed. It turns you into a non-living human. AA meetings for the rest of your life. You're crazy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I stopped drinking when I was 15. I've been coming here for 40 years. I have to come to a meeting once a week or I'm not going to drink. Really? You haven't drank in 40 years and you need to talk to losers to make sure that you don't drink again? Ridiculous. I don't understand why Rob Reiner could not have bought his son a condominium and gave him $10,000 a month and let him do what he wants to do. There you go. Buy a drug, do whatever you want. There you go. But no, you know what Rob Reiner had to do? I got to keep an eye on him. We got to keep him close, because if we just let him do what he wants to do, he'll die. Probably not. If you could have got your son just a condominium somewhere in a decent neighborhood with a car and let him live a normal life and let him get the partying out of his system. But no, since 15, you've been on his back. It's hurt him. It's hurt his whole life of getting laid, having friends, doing anything. Because you might go out and use one night and you got to come in and they're staring at your eyeballs and trying to smell your breath every night when you come in. Can't get a job anywhere because you're Rob Reiner's son. And you know how embarrassing it is when you're famous and have to work at Starbucks? It's sad. Why couldn't Rob Reiner just get the kid a condo and give him a salary a month? And make him his social media director or something. Have him live remotely from home. That way he can have relationships. He can do drugs. He can do whatever. Because, you get to the point where if you could just do the drugs openly and be open about doing drugs, you get to the point where, like, okay, cool. Now I'm done. All right? You're seeing this with guys like Bam Margera. You're seeing this with guys who have their shit under control and had one bad day. Oh, he's off the track. Whatever. Rehab does not help anybody. It makes people worse. My friend Charlie's dead because of rehab. Johnny, you don't know that. I know that. When you take a vibrant child with all of life to live, that kid loved life. Not 3 months later comes out and is the most dark, depressed, most fucked up guy I've ever met. Because he was sad. because he didn't understand. We just went out and, had a little weed, drank a couple of beers, and made out with some high school girls. I mean, did he really need to go to rehab for 90 days? It's ridiculous. And I don't think you understand. Anybody will ever put themselves in his son's shoes, but I can. Constantly, you're a fuck up, you're a drug addict. Oh, you're a drug addict. Why don't you go do your drug? Are you on drugs? What are you doing? Yeah, you can live in the pool house, but I ain't giving you any money. Why not just let your son party? Let him do it. Let him get it out of his system. But no, you have to constantly nag him and throw him into rehabs, and it's just ridiculous. Rehab works for nobody. 90% fail rate because it's bullshit. When you get out of rehab, when I got out of rehab, you know what I did? The first thing when I got out of rehab, I went and got fucking high on drugs I normally don't even do. I will never do another rehab stint. It is stupid. It is the stupidest thing I've ever done. It's a waste of time, and it's fucking hell of expensive. And then they try to get you fucking hooked up on SSDIs, benzos, and they try to, going to treatment, being addicted to one drug, and then you should see the list they gave me of pills. Well, why don't I just do cocaine? It does the same thing as this Adderall Xanax combo you're giving me. Yeah, but this is legal. Oh, okay. Great. I've had enough, man. And, he's the drugs and the mental health. Well, the drugs and the mental health came because his father, instead of letting him fucking smoke. I had another friend, too. His name was Billy. He was, I'm not going to say his last name, Schmeigel or something like that. He was a Jewish kid. And he got caught with, I believe, a half ounce of weed in his dresser drawer by his dad. And he just didn't really say anything. His dad was kind of pinching from him once in a while, and he's, whatever, And him and his buddies were out, me and Billy and the guys were out smoking in the ice fishing house. And the neighbor comes up and he's knocking and he goes, "Are you smoking marijuana in there?" And we're like, "No, sir, I don't know what you're talking about. It's just incense." And And he goes up to Billy's dad's door and he goes, "The kids are out doing drugs in your shed." And he just looks at him with a straight face and he goes, "Who gives a fuck? Let the kids smoke. Jesus Christ." He goes, "They're going to be, 5 years from now, they're going to have kids and have to work. Let them have a good time. The hell you care?" We should probably call the police. Kids out smoking marijuana. Thank God. Marijuana now is a Schedule I drug. I got one more bit before we leave tonight. What I am getting sick of on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube Shorts, Reels. I've had it with old whores. They're everywhere. Look at that ginger bitch.
Hello, campers.
These are my favorites.
Physiologically speaking, that boredom is a high arousal state.
Really?
Because when you're bored, your heart rate increases. Who's bored right now?
Not me. Ugh. Old whores.
Does anyone else get like super HORNY after a workout, like I need to know. I need this to be studied. Why am I always like that after a workout?
Oh my God, what's your OnlyFans?
Does anyone else get like super HOR?
Can I see your A
But when you're
cups?
doing like a girl film, I was like, and then they asked me that would I do a film with China because she was still alive.
This looks like the girl I had sex with the other night at the Green Door.
She did a She-Hulk.
She have a nice face and a nice rack
I never saw
from
it,
below down. Not
They
good.
asked me if I would do like me in China with a guy. And I was like, I don't know about that. And like at first I was like considering it. I'm like, well, if I can do just things with the guy, sure, but I don't want to do anything with her.
Right.
Like if we both do something to the guy, but we don't touch each other.
Did they pitch it to her as well?
I think they did. I didn't talk to her about it, but I think they did.
What kind of relationship did you have with her?
She and I were very good friends.
Okay.
Back when we were in the company together, we were very good friends.
This cow is in prison right now for
came to when her implant
getting drunk and killing an 83-year-old man.
I get nervous about camel toe. I just wanted to distract you because sometimes like I'll be like this, and then I'm like, am I showing too much? One time.
Nobody wants to see your ugly pussy.
Good morning.
Look at this. Oh, them shorts. Oh, hello. What are we doing today?
A real honor to have.
How much for around the world?
I always make the coffee.
Oh, not this
Anybody
voice.
local just want to go breakfast? Some pancakes.
I don't like this kind of talk. When girls talk like this, they're on serious math. You got
dipped in syrup. I don't know. Let's go have breakfast.
No. No.
I always make the coffee.
No. You're just straight up ugly. I don't know what to tell you.
If you run a spot,
I mean, I hate to tell you.
If your
And
girlfriend
this
did
bitch.
not send you cherry pics today, you just let me know. I got you.
Alright, Mom, I'm gonna get some food.
And but I have no. I know this is a little bit random, but if I came across your For You page, you don't have to like my post or follow me. But why don't you just say hi in the comment?
There are so many things that I want to
these
get
annoying
into
bitches.
this
These
thing.
skinny,
Like gobbling on your
fucking horse-faced, black-haired bitches. Ugh.
drinking apple cider. Hay
Oh,
rides,
God.
Maybe riding, you know what I mean? Maybe
I bet she
should just
throws
stick
shit
to
at
eating
you.
turkey.
This is the kind of chick that throws shit at you like a plate.
Then I like the hotel room and stuff. Cause like it's 2 beds and you know it. My feelings are really hurt. Then I like.
Look at me. Look at my ass.
If you're a man, leave a comment if you actually like women that are natural. I'm starting to get afraid that no one likes this anymore.
So this showed up on your For You page, and I mean, you stopped scrolling. So I just feel like that means you might think I'm cute, or that you like redheads with tattoos.
No.
I mean, don't blame me. Blame the algorithm. And you stopped to watch this. So.
Secret.
So come with me and.
Okay, so if I like over, this is what I picture is like going on behind me. It's like
Old whores. Ugh. Ugh.
Is that accurate? Okay, so
All right. Well, I'm going to be a whiny little. Well, I guess I'm already done. Okay. Good. How I did an hour tonight without coughing my lungs out is a fucking miracle, by the way. I still feel like absolute shit, but like I said, it's a very extremely monumental night tonight. It really is today. I had to say something. Very happy. So when the AI 31, the Atlas 31 hits the planet tomorrow or tomorrow night, there's sightings apparently in what do you call it, Vermont. And you don't even know, and they're like, I don't know if it's real or whatever, but so tomorrow we might all be dead from that alien ship, that Atlas 31, AI 31. Might be killing us tomorrow. It could be, or it could just fly by. And we'll say, bye-bye, aliens. Say to our friends, I bet they're going to Uranus or Pluto. Maybe, I might even go to Saturn, ride those rings. Hopefully we do not get taken over by aliens tomorrow. Hopefully we don't all die from meteor comet strike. Hopefully the Epstein files come out tomorrow and everybody can finally shut the fuck up. I hope in the year 2026 we don't have to do the files. Why do we need the files? There's 6,000 interviews with women that said exactly what happened to them. Nah, we need to talk to a guy. We need to make sure it's okay. It's true. Whatever. All right, everybody. I want to tell everybody good night. Have yourself a good weekend. I'm going to try to do some more shows this weekend. I don't know. I am in bad shape. I really am. As you can tell, I don't even sound like me tonight. My voice is just, it's going again. But thank you, voice, for giving me an hour tonight. And like I said, just monumental day. We've got a great weekend coming up. And weed is now no longer a Schedule I drug. Very, very important step today. Baby steps, baby. Baby steps. But we're getting there. One day we'll be almost as good as Canada. Why don't we use the marijuana money to put in for health insurance? Why don't we use the marijuana money to pay for the hospital surgeons and everybody? And then on the other hand, if everybody's using the marijuana, no one will get sick. Be less cancers, less domestic violence, less everything, more munchies. Even now that, if marijuana is legal now, even the chips are safe. You can't find the non-processed chips anywhere. Can we please have marijuana? Can we please have real food? Can we please have low gas prices? And would you please send me money? Anyone? Broke. Great. Marijuana is completely legal and I'm so goddamn broke I can't even buy a joint. Sad, sad day. So, we only got a couple weeks left. Are you going to paint the town red this weekend? This is your weekend before Christmas. This is the week of work where everybody is fucking off. This is the week of work where all the retail people are finally like, oh, it's over. This fucking holiday season's over. Which doesn't feel very holiday. I don't know. This year just is weird. I'm usually all Christmassy and shit. We're less than a week away for Christmas. Not exactly a week away, I believe. Yeah, next Thursday is Christmas. So 7 days away from Christmas, I don't feel the spirit at all. Maybe because of this terrible illness I've been through. What does King say? King Rappy? What's that, King Rappy? No, I don't have AIDS. Maybe I do. You never know. I've been around. So I guess the best thing to do this weekend is party, right? Tie it on, black out, have a great time. It's party time. It's the weekend before Christmas. Make sure to enjoy everything responsible. Make sure to smoke one for me. This bronchitis or whatever is going on is killing me. But I will be back as soon as my body will let me. But like I said, I apologize tonight for my voice and lack of energy. But this is me it's trying 100% where my body's at literally 30%. So thank you for hanging with me tonight. I won't be doing it this weekend, but I'm all you party animals are due. So make sure this weekend you end up blacking out in the Red Room. We'll see you guys this weekend, hopefully.